from moms saying that their OBGYNs had actually encouraged them to abort when they received the unborn child's diagnosis of spina bifida. And the first few times, I mean, the first time I got a message like that, I was completely floored. It seemed to come out of left field. Like, really? Is she exaggerating? Is she making that up? But no, I mean, I would never presume to think that they're exaggerating or making it up. But then I started getting more and more messages like that. And one time I actually actively reached out to moms that I'm friends with Facebook, on Facebook, and I'm friends with a whole bunch of them. And I said, please, could you send me your stories if something like this happened? Some of them said that their doctors had actually been supportive in the prenatal area, but there were a lot of moms who said otherwise. Even a mom that had was going to have twins, and both of them have spina bifida, and I know that her family was encouraged to abort, but of course she said no, and their reaction is unanimous. They've had a lot of struggles. I personally have had 19 surgeries, and when you have a child with spina bifida, that's on the lower. That number is considered low on the spectrum, but uh, their reaction is unanimous. Just like my own mother, they wouldn't change it for anything. They wouldn't change their child for anything, and that experience of living with a child or an adult or somebody with spina bifida really is something that enhances your life and really puts a focus on, you know, oh, my child took his first steps. A lot of parents, most parents, are very proud of their child for taking those first steps, but in this case, it's a matter of you're being told while your child is still a fetus in the womb, he's never going to be able to walk. She's never going to be able to take dance lessons or swim or play sports or anything like that. And it doesn't have to be true. It is the number one cause of paralysis in children in America, but we have been blessed with a lot of technological and medical advances. We're blessed with the opportunity to be able to detect things earlier and to provide uh, preventive or just early interventions, rather. And so that's why I think that it's very unfair and really just uncalled for to make these to give the prognosis like such a dire prognosis at such an early stage. But doctors and really the whole entire nurses, the entire medical and social work communities need to do is to be encouraging to these families and say, look, whether they can walk or not, whether they can play basketball or not, they can really reach for their stars, the stars, and um, it'll happen. Just it may not happen when they expect it, or it may happen in a way that's different from what they originally intended. But that's their normal, and you know, it's something to be proud of.
And you talk about the obviously you have holding out for here, and you talk about wanting someone who maybe could send this message out to more people and help you out. But also, can you talk some about how you've been uplifted by the community, LATISM, and also the people who have sort of helped you in a way that there's some of the smaller people, but a lot of them can really help you and get your cause out there.
Absolutely. I love to talk about Latism and how they've supported me. I actually connected with Latism uh, about several months actually. It wasn't until several months that I started blogging that I had a Twitter account, and it was a matter of getting more active on it. And that's when I started seeing this little hashtag, this six-letter hashtag, Latism. And what's that? I asked myself, and I started connecting with different people from different organizations or that I had a connection to that were Latinos, that were journalists or social media mavens or bloggers or whatever, and they helped me introduce me to Latism, and that's when I connected with Elian at ER Geek Goddess and Ana Roca Castro and all these amazing people that just they embraced me from day one. It's when you go to a conference and you feel like it's the first day of school all over again, you come to the cafeteria, you have no idea where the heck you're gonna sit. With Latism, it was never like that. I would come to a Twitter party and everybody would just embrace me. I never felt ignored or unwelcome or even like an amateur. Even in the early days of blogging and of social media, they encouraged me and they really opened me up to learning about it. And now I'm so incredibly passionate about it. LATISM has been a great resource for many different causes, including my own, which is so important to Latinos. Latinos are the highest incidence of spina bifida. LATISM, as an organization and as individual people in the organization, they recognize that and they respect that. And what's more, they respect and honor the need for the community to know about this.
Mhm. And lastly, can you talk about the award that you won and where you go from here?
Oh my God.
What is your dream?
Well, last night I was honored at the Latism Awards Gala, and I was completely unprepared for what I would do or what I would say if I won. I won for the category Best Latina Health Blogger, and it was just amazing that the to even be on the ballot. I mean, there were thousands of people to choose from, different health bloggers, um, thousands of people in all the categories that could have made it on the ballot. But the fact that I was there was just an incredible, humbling honor. Made me proud and humbled at the same time. And to see everybody yesterday and to keep getting, I mean, today I'm still getting congratulated. It's just amazing, and I never would have tapped into this had it not been for the blog and everything. So I believe, God had His purpose for doing this for my having spina bifida even. So I can't say that it's always a field of a rose garden or anything, but it's definitely made me who I am, and it's made my life a lot less boring, really. So that's why I've become passionate about, really, since I joined Latism, reaching out to Latinos, not just for preventive purposes. As I mentioned before, the statistics on abortion are a little dicey, but we know that they are high. We know that there are at least half of all pregnancies with spina bifida, or even more. And that is something that, as human beings, we should be concerned about. As uh, journalists, social media enthusiasts, parents, just or members of the Latino community, we just we need to rally for this. And there are great organizations like March Dimes and even the Spina Bifida Association, of which I have always been a member, who are encouraging prevention methods like folic acid, which women should be taking even before they get pregnant. But there are already great campaigns for that, and what there lacks is a campaign that addresses the 166,000 Americans in the U.S. living with spina bifida. We need to look at that and say, what can we do for those people? These people are going to be, they're quickly aging out of the pediatric healthcare system. I still see my three pediatric specialists. I see my orthopedic surgeon, my pediatric neurosurgeon, and my pediatric urologist. All pediatrics, and we have a great relationship, my doctors and I, but there are many young adults who just go years without seeing a doctor because they're kind of, they phase out of that care and they don't know where to go for adult specialists. There has to be a more seamless transition for these people because they are, in fact, going to be lifelong patients. Depression is also very prevalent among the spina bifida community, particularly within the young adult years. So if you couple the fact that they're aging out of pediatric care with the fact that they're more prone to depression, we're never told when a child is born with spina bifida, okay, we're told you should see a urologist, you should see a neurosurgeon, you should see an orthopedic surgeon. We're never told you should look into mental health care for your child. We're just not told that depression is going to be an issue, and it is. And I've overcome it. I'm still fighting it, but I've been in treatment for years. But ironically, I think, maybe not surprisingly, blogging has actually been a great outlet for me. So I've been out of therapy for years, but it's really just an uphill battle sometimes. So we really have to provide resources for those that are phasing out of that care.
Awesome. Good.
Yeah.
I wanted her mom to talk.
Remember.
How's the lighting there?
Oh my god.
It's kind of that. Actually, it's kind of nice and dramatic.
Oh wow. Can I say
Oh, but I don't
something?
want it to be in
Can
it.
I say something totally
I know. Say
politically
it. Say it.
incorrect? I am still at LATISM, right?
Yeah.
Was so afraid that I was gonna like pull a Palin.
How's that?
Pull a Palin.
Like say something stupid? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah. Pretty much like just talk. You know,
You
like.
were good. I mean, I knew you were gonna be good. You gave me the same speech.
Hit that mic for me next to her.
Oh well, she's gonna step out, and her mom's gonna come in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I'm
cool.
leaving. Just me.
Yeah, because we're gonna cut it up, and so
Very, very brief. You don't need to know a lot from me.
I already told you, if I don't get you, my editors are gonna say, what did you do? What was the point?
Ella me parió.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
very important.
No, ahora te das cuenta.
Mira, well,
Ay, do you want to run along with to
yeah, I'm sorry
No, it's
to
fine.
rush
It's
us,
fine. It's
but I
fine.
really
It's
want to
fine.
see her this
It's just gonna be a
weekend.
couple minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
let
I'll.
me
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
No
you.
problem.
Did you tell us
That is Gozamos.com. That's
Can I take a
well,
couple of
take as
pictures
many
too?
as you'd like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I figure being from Chicago for much longer, we have a nice calendar as well.
Oh really? Oh man, this one.
Ah, this sucks.
You know what? Save trees. Let someone else have the calendar.
Alright.
Here's my card too. Somebody else is lucky enough to save it. Thank you so much. I already did.
Yes. Well, you don't have my card, but we were connected on Twitter, so we're good.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
All right. I'll
We're
see you in a
good.
little
You
bit,
don't
I'm
have to
sure.
worry. Gracias por
Bye.
todo.
No problem. We'll
And
talk soon. Okay. Um, obviously, a huge part of this is clearly you have to do so much. A parent's gonna have to sacrifice. It's not gonna be easy. Can you talk about what's happening right now? Okay. All right, I'm just gonna redo it. I'm just gonna start it. Obviously, a parent is gonna be so involved with a child who has spina bifida, and there's gonna be a lot of sacrifice, and there's gonna be hard times and everything. Can you talk a little bit about what you've done and how you've partnered really with your daughter to help get awareness out, and you've been a big part of this as well.
Well, since she was born, it was being a first-time parent is not easy for anyone. But when you're born with a child with some kind of different condition, it is even a bigger challenge, especially in the case of spina bifida because the hot, hospitalizations are just so frequent and so lengthy that we even decided we're not going to have any other kids because we want to dedicate all our time to her needs. And but since she was little, I knew that she was so determined to do everything that she just set her heart to do. And even when she was in kindergarten, she will always say she had like a superhero club where she wanted to save the world, and she even sometimes wanted to for us to stop the car and pick up garbage from the street, do stuff like that. So there was that always that initiative of doing something bigger, something for others. And when she was in fifth grade, she decided to, instead of just keeping all this to herself, because she grew very self-conscious about her condition due to the bullying and the teasing in school, and it's something that no parent is prepared for that. And eventually she decided to write about it in school contests, and she realized that people open up to her also. They understood a little bit, but eventually she decided, this was more recently in 2009 when she started writing her blog about spina bifida and reaching out to see if she could find a spokesperson for it. And of course, in everything she does, she's going to have my husband and my support, because we realize this is important. This is something that needs to be done. If she has uh, the skills and the drive and the passion to do it, we we help her because it's when we see her happy. Uh, you know, at her happiest times are when she's working towards this cause.
It seems like what drives you is, besides to give her a happy, normal life, is also to help others who are in this condition, in this position, who might not know, might not have the resources. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, since we moved to Orlando in 1990, previous to that, Laura was born in Puerto Rico, and we moved to Orlando when she was about 3 years old. And it was, even if she had the best care in Puerto Rico, but it was very, everything was in different places, and it gets very intense. So we heard about a clinic for a spina bifida clinic that was opening in Orlando, and we thought that would be ideal to have centralized care, health care for her, and that's why we moved there. And we got involved in the Spina Bifida Association of Central Florida immediately, and it's been kind of, it has gone through different board of directors and different things, but we have been part of it, and she enjoys it, and it's very good for us with any other condition to interact with others that have the same condition and for parents to talk about it. And more recently, she's serving on the board because since she was little, she wanted to be the president of the Spina Bifida Association, but now she serves on the board, and we realize we see her friends, some of her friends with Spina Bifida. She has know them since they were all children, and some of them used to be very happy-go-lucky, and all of a sudden, when they hit puberty, and they're not invited to other gatherings with people of their own age, and they kind of become ostracized, and we saw the change in their attitudes. They started not, you know, continue their higher education, even not participating in social gatherings that were for them. And it was like very something that you could see so blatantly, and it worries me because it's not, they got depressed, and there's not a support, something to support them in that, and it's not something that people do not talk about. And that's one a big part of her mission, is to get that integrated, mental health care integrated as part of the rest of the health care that is provided for people with spina bifida.
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thank you very much, sir.
Not a problem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, we'll see, because the only thing I'm worried about is this light. But we'll see. We'll make it back. I think I put it in the wall.
Thanks for the Lucy Caldo show. What? Wait, what? So, I mean, what's up with the reception? Is there What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up?
For sure, dude. Yeah.
We'll see.
You abandoning me? Oh. Ill. Alright, alright.
Did you turn the mics back on?
Yeah, I just turned these two back on and I cut those two off until
Testing, testing. Oh.
Wow, I
So
made
this
it.
is on?
Oh, it's on.
Okay.
It's been on and it's live too, so. No, those are off.
That last one's off? These are off for now?
Yeah, I just turned them off.
We just got to remember to turn them back on because I'm bad at that.
I'm not. See, the levels are all. Alright. So, what do you want to talk about, Luz?
All the ugly names people have called me, besides my real name, Lucy, Louise, Lucifer.
Yeah? Do you have a nickname as a kid?
Well, I grew up and people always called me Lucy because it was easier to
Lucy.
pronounce.
Then just loose. The first half of that is easy.
Exactly. It's the
harder
first
to
syllable.
pronounce.
You could do the first syllable, you could do the second one.
That's crap.
And then, in school, kids always would give me that, Lucy, I'm home, or Lucy, you're in trouble.
That's obnoxious. Wow.
So
Let's
I
see.
grew up with that crap, but
Oh, there are my cards. I was looking for those.
Yeah, they fell.
Yeah. Let's see. I used to get Claudia a lot.
Claudia, yeah. Well, Claudio's a different name, but
It's easy to
wasn't there a
pronounce.
Shakespeare? It
Yeah.
is.
There's a
There's a Shakespeare
Shakespearean
guy.
character. There's
Yeah.
Claudius. There's Claudio from Midsummer Night's Dream. There's I Claudius. That's another play. You know, not too many
I always
famous
thought that was
Claudias
a
though.
very regal name, Claudio.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know.
Sir Claudio.
If you actually break it down, it means what the hell does it mean? It means like it has a really shitty meaning actually. What is that? It means lame or something like that.
Lame.
No, for real, like literally a lame, like cannot move lame. Like in the most. Alright.
No problem. Good luck. Swift
Thank
in.
you, guys.
Yeah, not a problem. So.
No problem.
Yeah. Tell you what, you can just email me your phone. I'll send you the file.
I will email you then. Also,
Which name again? Adrian. Yeah, yeah.
Nice to meet you. Thanks.
it was nice, right? Like,
That was a good interview.
like the other day, somebody introduced me to them, and I call it their spiel, but because clearly they're so good at it that like they just cornered me for half an hour and did the same thing that they just just talk about the entire thing. And my thing is that they've been trying. So her blog is called Holding Out for Heroes. She's been trying to get like one celeb, like one person that could bring us to national consciences. And I'm like, maybe she could do it like by like a social media campaign, like a viral video. So I told her to get like a lot of people who are here, like the comedian who was hilarious last night, and like a bunch of other people in different ways, and maybe get a viral video that they will all pass around because they're all big in social media. Maybe like try other different things. So I want this to be like one of our first stories when we launch, like in January.
What are you
It's like
launching?
a big story. It's gonna be like NBC Latino, probably gonna be the name of it. And it's gonna be like a national news site in English. So I think that it could be nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great
So-
idea.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
so
for you.
We'll see what happens.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
How many markets are you opening in?
Well, it's gonna be a national site, and we're in New York, so we're hoping that the idea is like synergy, MSNBC, NBC 19 News, like that we could work together. And if we could be like the Latino experts in the building. Like if we have a good story and they like it, then they'll take it and they'll do something with it. So.
We're hungry for stories. We've got plenty.
Yeah, I mean, once we connect, we'll just, if you let me know if there's anything that send it my way. I mean, I always tell people to bother me because, there's just so many things going on. So send it and then, we'll connect.
Are you on Twitter too?
Yes.
What's your Twitter
It's
handle?
Real Adrian C.
Oh, you're real Adrian C. Okay.
So.
Yeah. I've been reading up on your tweets and
Yeah, I've just been tweeting like crazy. When I'm at a conference panel, I'm just tweeting. But all right, awesome.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Well, let me give you my card too.
Yeah.
And my Twitter handle's Luz Chavez B. So.
Great,
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Bye.
Check out the Streamline homes.
What's up?
Can I get that?
Okay, now I'm not visible. Just my hand.
What'd you say?
I'm not visible. Just my hand. And you know what? It looks really slow. What's up with that? I hope the video wasn't like that. Was it like that? Did you see them kind of moving around slowly?
How long do you have to set up last time? What are we looking at?
Oh. Oh, wait. Oh, we're looking at the wall. At the windows. Getting some glare. Major glare.
Now,
Same thing. It's sideways.
check out the live.
Okay, there we go. That looks way better. Okay.
That's just
Oh. Just stand there, don't move. That doesn't look bad, but we got the sun shining through.
yeah, the sun's
Is there something we could use to get to put it on there in the corner of the table and just get it higher? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Maybe sound culture guy knows how to do it.
Hey, I need you.
We're trying to attach that to that.
Remember how we did it?
So you're watching Gozamos live. We have a couple of our technical director just got. There you go.
Question of the day: how many Mexicans does
All
it
right,
take
so
to
they're
set up a
fixing
live
up the
stream?
video. That's David Chavez from Sound Culture.
David Chavez.
Brings amazing bands to Chicago at a variety of venues. SoundCultureChicago.com.
Sound culture.
Yeah, it's sideways.
Yeah, see, that's crap.
This is like some cool Matrix shit.
I don't know about that. All right, yeah, we can do it. At the Fashion Week thing, we just taped it onto the wall.
I wonder if we're gonna be able to do interviews. It looks like they're doing some kind of event here.
Yeah, fuck 'em. Lovely, yeah, works.
You know, we got
We got a
we can't do
sunspot,
anything-
but yeah, fuck
we
it.
got a really bad sunspot.
Make it go away, David.
Stand right here
I wonder if we should put the banner up there, right?
Yeah. I prefer the romantic lighting, thank you. Looks like a love novel.
Do you see that?
Should we put it closer, maybe?
I suppose.
If the camera was closer, like.
Voila.
Oh yeah. That's a video.
So right now at LATISM, there's
Or
pretty
LATISM,
awesome
depends how you pronounce it, I suppose.
LATISM, LATISM, tomato. Is
they're
there's
tomatoes.
several really awesome sessions going on right now that you could see if you go to latism.conference.org/live.
Oh, it looks 1,000 times better. Just leave it right there on me, it's fine.
Sessions will be going on for another half hour. And
Back
then
rows
there's
inside.
a closing keynote and reception. So in between the session and the closing keynote, we're hoping some people stop by, chat with us for a bit, let us know about their experience, what they learned, what they're looking forward to, going back home and implementing from what they've learned.
So what's going on, guys?
So, David, what's the last thing you tweeted?
I don't think I have.
You don't think you've tweeted? Since when?
Since maybe... Actually, this morning I tweeted, but not about the conference.
No?
Unfortunately, no.
Why not?
I have a couple of shows tonight. I'm trying to...
What do you
Well,
got?
tell us about
Yeah,
your shows.
let's hear it.
Well, one thing I have is a group called Bossa Tres playing tonight.
Sounds
at,
ethnic.
It's Brazilian.
Awesome.
Brazilian Bossa Nova and Samba.
Sweet.
Oh wow, where they're playing at?
Trio from Chicago. They're playing at Taksim in Wicker Park.
Okay.
And that's right next to People Lounge by Damon in Milwaukee.
I'm familiar with that.
And then I also have this fantastic Indian classical master. Her name is Kiran Alawalia.
Mm-hmm.
And she is based in New York, and she's playing at the main stage today at 7:30.
Main stage, where's that?
That's in Rogers Park.
Oh, lovely.
That place is pretty new, isn't it?
Yeah, it used to be called the Morse Theater, and then they
Okay,
closed
yeah.
and reopened as main stage.
Yeah.
And then also tonight I have I'm actually DJing at an event at a Rashdashan Ethiopian restaurant
Razdashan.
Yes.
On Broadway.
on Broadway.
Oh, that's exciting.
This band called Magic Carpet is having their CD release party there tonight, and
Sweet.
I'm DJing along with some other really awesome folks. And that's like around 8.
Cool.
Lots going on tonight.
What do you generally spend for those of us 4 viewers that we have that might be interested?
I play a variety of things. A lot of, electro cumbia, a lot of world music, bhangra,
Bhangra.
African sukus. Um,
What's Bhangra?
Bhangra is traditional music of the Punjabi people of India.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
So, like, have you guys heard of Punjabi MC?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's like Bhangra, kind of modern Bhangra mixed with hip hop.
Okay. Neat.
Do you ever do any like live DJing with like live instruments, like drums or
Yeah,
anything?
definitely. I've done that quite a bit.
Oh.
You know, there
Yeah,
used
it's
to be
fun.
a place called I don't think it was Roomba, but it was something similar to that name, where they would have drums that you could actually. They would have DJs spinning live,
Okay.
and then they would just give drums to all the people there, and you could
Cool.
just
Just get down.
Yeah, exactly.
That could be good and bad.
Yeah. Depends how drunk they are, right?
Or if they've ever played before or not. Yeah. So yeah, Chicago's busy tonight for cultural musical activity.
So what's
Right.
the Sound Culture Twitter handle?
Sound culture.
Oh, right. That's easy enough
What's
to remember.
a good hashtag? Or what's a hashtag that you guys use?
We just started one
Sound
called
culture.
Sound Culture.
What's your website URL?
We started it today. Actually, you started it today.
You hear
As a
that?
matter of
All
fact.
4 of you. Sound culture. Hashtag it.
So, tell me
We're
a little bit
learning.
more about Sound Culture, how you started it up, what your future plans are.
How I started it up. It's a long story. I used to be the program director at a place called the Hot House in Chicago's a world music venue that closed a couple years back.
I remember it.
Before that, I was doing a lot of kind of just independent, concert promotions and DJing. And then, so after the Hot House closed, I bounced around. I did some programming and helped launch the music program at Uncommon Ground in
Okay.
Edgewater.
Yeah.
And then worked at the Morse Theater before that closed, doing some international programming. So once that closed, that was the second venue that closed on me. Not my fault.
Right.
I decided to start Sound Culture as a way to continue doing programming wherever it was that I could fit in. So that whatever I was building on wouldn't kind of die when a space closed or when I left a space, so that I can continue that building process wherever it is that I end up going. So that's how that got started.
I mean, it sounds to me like you're really passionate about like world music. What was the impetus for that for you? What got you started?
I guess it's more for me. It's like more about world cultures.
Mm-hmm.
Just I've always had like the travel bug in me. I've always had like
Yeah.
an interest in other parts of the world and people who are different than me, and like
Right.
wanting to get to know them better and wanting to explore that I didn't know about them.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of it became apparent to me that music is one of those ways that really is a bridge to connect people.
Yeah.
Whether it's recorded music, now with YouTube and stuff, but the live concert interaction is very important because there is a connection that happens with the audience and the artist, and there
Mhm.
is like a back and forth, dialogue that is going on, and I feel like that's the very best way to kind of interact with people. And it opens up, it's kind of like introducing people to different cultures without them having to really, put much effort into it themselves, and so that's really what it is, that, and I think food is the other one that's
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
it's like everyone is going to eat Thai food or Chinese food or Mexican food. Will they go and see
Thai band or a Mexican band.
something like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it's
It's like level 2 of that kind of
I
cultural
feel like
engagement, yeah.
these things are kind of the introduction, and like hopefully it's a jumping off point for people to want to learn more and explore the
Fun.
world.
So, tell us a little bit about the different places you've traveled to.
Well, there's some places, not a whole lot just yet, but I've been to Europe, to Scandinavia. I've been to Paris. Been to Germany. I've been to Cuba a couple times.
That's a lot.
I've
Wow, that's
been to
awesome.
Nicaragua, Honduras, Mexico, El Salvador, Guatemala.
Wow.
So that being said, what's your favorite place?
What's that?
What's your favorite place?
I've been to Canada.
Whew, Canada.
Favorite place? I don't know. They're all favorites, but I'll tell you one of the most interesting places for me was going to Cuba.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
How'd you swing that, if you don't mind me asking?
I can't say that.
Makes sense.
I can't.
You left the passport behind?
I won't incriminate myself through Gozamos.
You know, all three of, besides her watching it, they're all federal agents.
Yeah, it was quite interesting going down there and just kind of interacting with people, and it's kind of, a lot of people have a lot of bad things to say about it. A lot of people have a lot of good things to say about it, and they think that there's, you have to look at both sides of what's going on down there. There is a limitation on what you can say without being kind of harassed informally by certain people down there. There's also a lot of great things like free education, free healthcare.
Yeah.
The world, really imports Cuban physicians to train their physicians
Mhm.
in different areas of medicine, this is a third world country pretty
Yeah.
much.
Mhm.
So that's, you have to say something positive about that. You can't,
No, absolutely.
Right, yeah, totally.
but also there's some limitations that they have on some of their freedoms. So that also is something that has to be acknowledged.
I mean, so as a tourist, how did you experience those limitations, or did you at all?
I mean, they really try to contain tourists to a large extent. There's certain areas, and I don't know how formal or informal these are, but there's certain areas that really people are discouraged to go to. There's certain areas of the country. There's certain things that you're kind of pushed to go into.
Like what, for instance?
Oh, let's say they really give you a hard time for kind of going out of the tourist areas and into the communities and talking to people, or but you can do it, and that's fine, but it's someone's always watching you.
Right.
That I can say. I mean, they're always watching you, and they say it's to protect you from from people or anything happening. They don't want anything to happen to you while you're in their country, and that's true to some degree, but also it's just a way of making sure that nothing funny is going on.
Yeah, no infiltration. Right.
But I don't know. Same thing happens here for some people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess.
Exactly.
It's a little bit less obvious, but I'm sure some of us have files somewhere.
Speaking of which, the J. Edgar Hoover movie's coming out tomorrow. But
Yes.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Marcela Gallo from Tonantzin 18th.
Hello.
That's Tonantzin Community Arts and Cultural Gallery in Pilsen. So she's watching along, and she says she's enjoying interviews. So
It's a great place to be and hang out.
I'd say.
She's got some of the best coffee in the city.
but
Yes.
she says that she had the opportunity to travel with the guru of world music. Cuba was an awesome trip, and Canada.
Oh, that's right. Canada was awesome too.
So I imagine you check out the music scene over there. Cuba has so much, it seems just from at least the videos I've seen or movies I've seen that, and even here if you go to some Cuban communities, it's just so awesome the way that folks just bust out with their congas, in the middle of the street, and then just start jamming. I mean, what's the music scene like over there?
It's such a culturally rich country. It's like it just seems that everyone is talented in something, and I feel like the culture of that country itself really encourages people to do what they love, what they're interested in, and so that's why. And because education is highlighted and is encouraged there and is free and accessible, I think that people are able to actively pursue those interests. And so when you get that opportunity, on a societal kind of way, then you get that kind of rich culture there, and music is music, dance. I mean, that's just so, and the cultural dynamics of the country and the history is so complex that it really has attributed to a unique formation of that culture. The African roots that are there, the Caribbean, the native roots that are there, the Spanish roots, all kind of come together and have really made it something special. I mean, I think like Brazil could be something compared to Cuba. I think in that regard.
So tell us a little bit about your background. Like, what's your cultural background?
Well,
Where are your parents from?
my mother's from El Salvador, and my
Mm-hmm.
father's from Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and I was born here in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in a Puerto Rican and Cuban neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Logan Square at the time. Now it's not so
Yeah.
not so culturally interesting.
There is a culture there, just not a cool one.
Um, and yeah, I've been here my whole life.
Lovely.
And
Where'd you go to school?
I graduated from UIC in sociology.
Neat. And before that?
For that, I went to Gordon Tech High School.
Oh, fun. Fun. We were rivals.
Not by choice.
Yeah,
But
that's how I wound up at Quigley, not by choice.
but I think I wouldn't have gone to college if it wasn't for that education I got there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
big props to the brothers over there.
Absolutely. I
Gordon.
think-
Gordon Tech.
Was it all boys still when you went there?
It was all boys.
Yeah,
All bad boys.
yeah. That seems to be the case for like every all
It
boys
seemed to
school,
be
isn't it?
like, if you were a family that had some money and your kid was like, getting kicked out of other schools, you ended up
Go to
there.
Gordon, yeah. Or Quigley for that matter, for some reason.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, David, so much for chatting with us. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, tell us about Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, I actually have always wanted to go to Canada.
I love
so-
Canada.
Never been to Canada.
Oh,
that's
man.
definitely going to be my next trip.
It's like a chill America.
I mean, it's the closest thing in North America to like, a European system
Yeah.
of
Driving.
things, they have also free education, free healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
They're very nice in Canada,
Yeah, they are.
very polite. Toronto's really cool. I went with Miss Tonancin to Toronto back in July, and we had a great time. It's kind of a mix of Chicago and New York together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Neat.
Hmm.
Been to Montreal?
I've been to Montreal too, and that's pretty nice too. It's different than Toronto.
How so?
Um,
Because I've been trying to see which
very
place I would go to
French.
first. Okay.
Very
Yeah,
French influenced,
Francophone capital
it's
of North America. Yeah.
it's in Quebec, so it's all French, old French culture, and I think both cities, including Vancouver, are very diverse too in terms of like the cultural makeup of those cities. We have a lot of people that are from Latin America and from Portugal and all kinds of places in those cities, and it's a much more integrated, I think, kind of diversity as opposed to Chicago, which is much more
Segregated?
segregated.
Yeah.
We're very diverse here, but we're also very segregated.
Yeah, I was
you know.
reading a statistic that says, like, I think Chicago's one of the, if not the most segregated city in the United States.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, when you're here, I think you realize that that's the case, but it you don't see it every day.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do travel, like, it does become apparent. Like when I go to Toronto every time, it becomes apparent. How diverse. I mean, how segregated the city is. Even when I go to
Yeah.
New York, it's the same thing. It reminds me of how segregated Chicago is.
Right. How about you? How
Yeah.
segregated is Evanston? Liz?
Extremely segregated. But we have a growing Latino population in Evanston, which is in the North Shore, and it's pretty diverse as far as you got like 65% Caucasian. It's pretty. It's similar to the kind of the overall population or diversity in the U.S. But the Latino population is growing quickly, but it's very sporadic. There's no unity yet because it's so new. So I think that's something at least I've been trying to get involved with different organizations to try to build more of a community, political community, make sure everybody has what they need, that their services are met, or their needs are met by services.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess, do you have any more questions for anyone? David,
Is that?
would you like to interview?
I'm sorry.
Would you like to ask us any questions, David?
You guys?
Yeah, why not?
Who are you?
What are your names again?
My name's Jim
What is this that I'm doing here? No, I'm just playing. How did you guys get involved with Gozamos?
I didn't.
You didn't?
No.
All right.
I don't even know what it is.
You're not really here.
No, it's all transcendental. Craigslist, actually.
Oh, you
Craigslist?
too? Yeah, me too.
I met Abe on Craigslist.
Nice.
There you go.
And I didn't even find that ad, actually.
And then he told you about Gozamos?
Yeah, afterwards. I was trying to cuddle, and he's like, hey, I have a website. I was like, yes!
Nice.
Actually, my sister sent me the ad, and
Okay.
yeah, I just moved back from Mexico, and I was like looking for shit to do.
All right. He's kept you busy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a passion play. It's what it is. It's beautiful. Yeah. How about you?
Definitely do it for the love.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I also got involved and met Abe through, I saw his ad for a job on Craigslist. And so we met up and we talked a bit. And since the beginning, I think you and I were involved with Gozamos. It's been about a year and a half, even though it seems a lot longer.
Yeah, it was like you, myself, Terry, the originals, right? You, me, Terry, and Michelle are the one that still around.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think there was a couple more, like Cecilia too.
Oh yeah, Cece's always been around too.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Asami, but yeah, quite a few. The core people, they're still around. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it's grown, and we're reaching a wider audience, and we have fans like in Europe and South America. Lots of folks in Chile.
Yeah, we're big in Chile.
Yeah, Chile really likes us. So shout out to all the Chileans.
Nice.
Hola, boludo.
Well, you guys have a lot of great content, so it there's a lot for people to engage with and interact with on the site.
What's your favorite part about Gozamos, David?
My favorite part about Gozamos?
Yeah, your favorite writer, your favorite article, anything?
I like it all, the whole package.
Yeah? It's interesting.
You've never read it.
No, I haven't. Actually, I sent my wife the link for a couple of articles, and she loves it, and so she reads it all the time now too.
Oh, awesome.
I mean, I like the way it really covers a lot of different things. A lot of sites are just music or just literary things or just this, but Gozamos is nice because it's well-rounded and it's new content every day, which is sometimes a little too much for me to keep up with.
Yeah, no.
But I know it's always there in the archives.
I'm very familiar with that feeling, actually. Even I don't visit every day. It's kind of pathetic, but...
Yeah, we were trying to figure out, how many articles we post a day. Is 3 enough? 4 enough? Is 4 too much?
Yeah.
So it's kind of just a learning process.
It's just amazing that you guys can have so much content every day. Like...
Well, there's so many good Latino and non-Latino writers, and usually they have to jump through so many hoops to be able to get their work published on a magazine, online magazine. So I think Gozamos really gives an opportunity to those folks.
Yeah.
May not have like the credentials or whatever, but they're excellent writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're providing a lot of interesting opportunities for people who otherwise wouldn't have had them initially,
Right.
which is kind of I really love the open platform that we use.
Yeah.
It's great.
No, that's awesome. Awesome. And that party was awesome too.
Right?
The Dia de los Muertos party.
I heard I wasn't
Off
able
the
to make
hook.
it, but yeah, I heard there was a lot of dancing, a lot of people. They had to turn people away.
A lot of beer.
Sadly enough, I didn't have like more than 2 cups. That was kind of whatever. So
Well, I heard the line was really long or something,
it
right?
was, and I totally had the opportunity to do it, but I didn't. Whatever. Sobriety's fun.
Yeah, that's okay too.
Especially if you're trying to manage that many people. What else?
Fantastic.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for
Thanks again, David.
Thank
great
you for everything you've
questions
done too for this
on the
conference.
spot. As I was walking by to the bathroom.
Sorry. No wonder he's dancing around in his seat.
I already took care of business right here.
Oh, yeah, there was a bottle below the
Christened it.
table.
I'm gonna take this chair with me.
It's absorbent. It's okay.
All right, David.
All
Thanks
right,
so much.
Good luck. See you guys.
Here, kiddo.
See you guys soon. All right, we're going to take a little break for a little bit.
Yes.
Folks should be out of sessions pretty soon, so you'll
Yes.
be hearing some new interviews
Yes.
pretty shortly, maybe another 10-15 minutes.
Let's hope.
How many
Okay.
folks are online right
I'm talking to all three of you.
now? Okay.
Oh,
well,
you're on two, so two of you.
there was
Leaving.
4 right now, but that one included me. Does one include you?
No, I don't think this counts. Because I've seen 0 viewers on there.
So there's 2 folks?
Viewers, if you're out there, send us a tweet
Yeah, send us a tweet. We'll talk about whatever you want to talk about.
at C squared or at Gozamos,
Gozamos.
or at Luz Chavez.
B.
Luz B Chavez.
Less Luz Chavez B. What's the B stand for?
Badass.
There you go. Worried you might say bitch.
Oh God, come on now.
Yeah, badass sounds nice.
What does it stand for?
Ac-
Bartolomea.
Beatriz. No, that's actually a pretty name. No, that stands for my mom's maiden name, which is Bazaldua.
Wow.
I know, really odd.
That's very Indian.
You think it's very Indian? I know it's from a
Sounds
part
it.
of Spain.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
It sounds initially.
I mean,
Basalua. What's your opinion, all three viewers?
I've only met one person who wasn't family who had that same last name,
Oh, wow.
and it was in Mexico. But he was actually from Tamaulipas, which was where part of my family was from too. So
You're related.
I thought, yeah, I'm like he's gotta be
your
something
cousin.
of uncle. But I was in Mexico City, and he was actually a bus driver. And you know, in Mexico City, I don't know if you've traveled around on public transportation, and just traveling to Mexico City is nuts. I mean, I don't know why they have red lights, because no one pays attention to the red lights. No one pays attention to, you know, the lines that divide the lanes, you know. So you get people going all over, and then folks are trying to cross the street at the same time, you know, and so they just like running and dodging the cars. So Mexico City is nuts if you're a pedestrian or driver. You know, I was trying to take the train as much as possible, which was pretty chill. The
Yeah.
train was pretty chill. But I had to take the bus to the train because it was a bit of a walk.
Yeah.
And so what I would see is that when folks would, you know, ring the bell or whatever to pull that string to get to their bus stop, the bus wouldn't stop all the way. It would just slow
roll.
down. Yeah, it would roll. And so people would jump off, you know, and I was like, oh, shit. So after maybe like 2 weeks of being there, I was like, well, I guess this is the way to go. And so I pulled the string, right? He slowed down a little bit, but it was still going pretty fast. It must have been going a good 20, 30 miles.
Holy crap.
And my idiotic ass jumped off, and I landed on my feet. But because it was going so fast,
Yeah.
right, you know, like I fell back, and I actually hit my head, and it cracked my head open.
Holy shit.
I only needed 1 stitch, but there was a lot of blood that came out of my
Wow.
head. And in Mexico City, I don't know if you've ever been injured or jumped off a bus like a moron, but it takes forever. The traffic is so bad that, you know, they actually send like something called a pre-ambulance to just keep you kind of stable until the real ambulance is able to get there.
Wow.
So I was just sitting there with a crowd of people around me, and this random guy just runs up to me and says, I'm a doctor, but he was just a medical student, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
He was trying to keep on asking me questions just to make sure I was kind of lucid.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks into my semester there at UNAM.
Yeah.
But
Interesting. I'd say the only medical story I have from living in Mexico is getting stung by a scorpion. Yeah.
You're a survivor.
Yeah, totally.
How'd
I
that
was-
happen?
Okay, so I'm hanging out in my little house there. I was watching some TV, and I had my sweater on the floor. And I don't know, something came over me. Actually, it was 7 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock I walked over to the internet cafe, and I checked my email and did, connected with the real world, so I said. And so I'm putting the sweater on, and I guess the scorpion had crawled into the shoulder part of it, my right shoulder actually. So as I put this thing on, I feel something just like punch me in
Oh
the
my
shoulder, and I'm like,
God.
Jesus Christ! And instinctively, I went and I slapped the crap out of it, right? Like I think something's there. It's like whatever. I was gonna smash it, so I smashed it, and I still kind of felt something crawling around, and I didn't think anything of it, and so I still walked to the internet cafe, and so I'm walking, and this town is like on the side of a mountain, and it's really steep. It's worse than friggin' Seattle, because it has just shitty roads. And so I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking, and I start getting dizzy and nauseous, and I'm vomiting everywhere, and it's just like, oh shit, I don't feel too good.
Oh.
And so I still hold it all back in, and I go and I check my email, and I do my vitals, and the lady's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine. I think she thought I was drunk. So I'm still like stumbling around in this village and just
And you still got the
vomiting.
scorpion in your shoulder?
Yeah, and I'm just puking and just I'm a fucking mess. And so I get back to the house, and my aunt's there, and she's like, what's wrong? I'm like, oh, nothing. I take my sweater off, and there's this fucking scorpion
Oh my
in my sweater. I'm like,
gosh.
oh, that's fun. And then she has a pharmacy, so she runs into the pharmacy and grabs an antivenom and stabs me with it. I'm like, ugh. So yeah, that was my medical experience right there.
Dude, you're pretty healthy if you survived that long with like a scorpion sting. Oh my gosh. You are healthy.
I'd say.
That is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So that was my cool story. Besides climbing a mountain without any gear, which is cool too.
So like the anti venom that they stabbed you with, like what does that do, or did that make you?
It counteracts it, and I honestly after I just
But
passed
does like
out.
ooze come out? Oh, you passed out?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I had an aunt in Mexico once who, went to the washroom, and you know how the washrooms are usually like, at least in the rancho, you're separated from the house.
Yeah.
And so she went into the washroom at night. She sat down, and she got
Oh.
stung on her poor rear end.
Oh God.
That's my only scorpion story.
They're ugly little bastards, not gonna lie.
They belong in keychains.
They belong in belt buckles. Ay, ay, ay. Interesting. Oh, this is from the news. Bjork, Mutual Milk Hotel's Jeff Magnum, guided by voices, code line, Neon Indian, Yola Tango, to play Primitiva Sound.
Excuse me, do you know what time does the best starting?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and this is where it's going to be for LATISM? The keynote speaker for LATISM? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, okay, great. Hey, how'd it go? Well, sit down and tell us about it.
So we have Abe Velasco's here, joining us.
Who'd you guys talk to?
People.
I talked to an environmental activist, blogger, who is also one of the chapter directors from LATISM in San Francisco.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it's the MIDS, and I can't find though her card that she gave me, but she works with Azul. That's her own nonprofit. And then also NBC came by and asked if they could borrow our equipment for a bit. NBC.
NBC Latino. Oh,
Just
wait.
to-
Hold on a second.
Can you hear me?
Can, I don't get. Oh, here we go. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Testing. Oh, this one's off. This one's off.
Really? No, wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hello. Jose, nice to meet you.
Testing 1, 2. Well, hello, everybody. We've got the video back. We're doing some audio. Hitting the beautiful record button.
Jose A. Villalobos?
Yeah.
Very cool. Jose A. So that's your Twitter handle?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Perfect. I'm going to add you right now. So what's going on, Jose? How's it going?
I'm feeling just fine. Here,
So are you based out of here in Chicago, or?
Oh no, I live out in the wilderness that is Elgin.
Oh, there we go.
Exciting.
coming back into the city, I'm sure is one heck of a commute. Hold the microphone closer. Just
A little closer?
Yeah.
You can just move
Beautiful.
It.
Move it.
And
Okay.
just
There we go.
There we go.
like-
Yeah. I take the train actually. I make it a point to use that whenever I can.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
So what do you do here? Do you work in Chicago and just commute, or how'd you make it down to LATISM?
Oh, well, I found out about LATISM through the Twitter chat that they have every Thursday. And actually, work out in Crystal Lake at the Northwest Herald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's what I do there, actually.
What do you do there?
Well, I work in circulation, actually. So basically customer service,
Oh,
hey, my
wow.
newspaper's wet, it's like, why did I miss a newspaper today?
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very interesting. It's a totally different medium as us, in terms of an online publication. We still have so much to learn in terms of just those issues. Distribution. Oh my goodness. We've recently started distributing like these little calendars all around the city with different kind of things like that to do around the city, and what a huge pain it is.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what you guys have to go through. What's your distribution rate? How many go out?
God, I can't even remember right now. Actually, I looked at it once and then completely forgot it. But we're under Shaw Media, so that means we have the Northwest Herald, the Kane County Chronicle, and the Daily Chronicle out in DeKalb County.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what can you tell us in terms of just newspapers and the state of the industry in terms of hyper-local publishing?
Okay, well, in terms of newspapers, being a part of circulation, I'm basically sweating bullets here. Okay.
Wow.
And I've recently joined Shaw Media, and it's a great place. Circulation is going up, it's doing pretty well despite these times, but I can't help but worry anyway.
Sure.
Okay? Because, the thing is that it's the little subtle things, okay? And like I said, and I can't emphasize enough how good things are at Shaw Media, but at the same time, it's just things that I notice, like how many elderly people I talk to on the phone every day, which makes me wonder, okay, in 10 years, where is our audience going to be? Okay, and I know that the people who are in charge of Shaw Media are wondering this exact same thing. Okay, and you can't tell me they're not, because if they aren't, then we're in big trouble here.
Sure.
And basically, but they are really good though at reaching out to the audience that's out there on the internet. Like if you look at the Northwest Herald on an iPad, for instance, they've built it specifically for an iPad. It has 3 columns on it. You can slide each one. There's video on it as well.
That's very cool. We definitely have to check out. What's the URL to that?
That would be nwherald.com.
So it's built for in HTML5. Is it using progressive enhancement yet, or no?
That I couldn't say.
No,
actually.
okay.
I'd have to talk to the.
No, it's pretty good. It's
He's a
looking
web
pretty
guy,
good.
so he's going to ask you those types of questions.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no. This is really wonderful. And it's just we have so much to learn in terms of just how to reach out specifically. We'd love to sit down and talk in terms of, can some of our content start reaching, the suburbs? Because right now we're just so Chicago focused, right? We want to be able to go into other markets, give you guys some great content, and us get the exposure too. So. Really wonderful. So what brought you specifically to LATISM? And you just came out of the panel that I just did. So what made you kind of come through?
Well, I was just looking for a date for starters, but no.
I think that might be later tonight.
Yeah, well, I won't be able to make it there. But no, really, what brought me to LATISM was basically just I guess while they were talking about it, like in one of the panels, actually, just kind of reacquainting myself with Hispanic Latin culture, you know, because I've never really been too much a part of it, to be honest. I mean, I don't really know that much Spanish, you know, and I've always been kind of at arm's length with it at most, you know, even though I've gone to Mexico several times myself to visit relatives, and just basically finally realizing, hey, I better figure out what's going on in our community, you know, is just something that's been really important to me, you know. And I just, being a part of this conference here has just been a huge educational experience for me.
What are some of the things that, like the top 3 things you say you learned from this experience here?
Okay, top 3 things. Okay, one, Spanglish for starters, knowing 2 languages and how important that is.
Right.
Okay, and basically the Spanglish movie should have starred actual Mexican people and not Adam Sandler and some woman that whoever that was.
Yeah.
But no. But aside from that, also the second thing would probably be that the Latino community is probably one of the most driven communities out there, especially in the Chicagoland area, and 3, it's one of the most driven communities out there, and 3 is probably that no one's really noticing that. You know,
So
the fact that we have this much talent and this much resources out there that are available, and people like on the mainstream media, there's just no one's really noticing it or paying attention to it the way that they should.
okay, so you said the Latino community is, in your opinion, is driven. How so?
Well, in the fact that, you know, we understand the issues that are facing us, you know,
Right.
in terms of like what we need to do to educate our children, you know, and not just what's happening in the schools, but also that we need to take the time to do it ourselves when they're not there at school, to sit down with them, just like being an entrepreneur, okay?
Right.
You know, being able to like take the initiative, like using social media as something that shows that yes, here we are, not just we're not just a bunch of people just trying to sell stuff, you know, like you might see a guy in Chicago trying to sell a car battery that he may or may not have gotten from some parking lot somewhere, you know, that basically, yes, we have actual businesses that are out there, and yes, we are going to put them on the internet, you know,
Right.
through social media.
Very cool. No, it's really, I mean, you know, I haven't gotten a chance to attend as many of the panels as I'd like, just because I've been running around trying to swap things back and forth, but I think that's really maybe one of the core lessons learned in terms of the conference, right? It's just like, we're not just social media people, we're doing so much more. We're creating businesses, we're creating this foundation that's really going to live on. So I'm excited to see so many people doing their thing, right? Not just tweeting these random celebrities and those kinds of things. That's really always the thing that you know in terms of the community that's going to grow and elevate themselves to another level. And I think it's really wonderful that we can all get together and say, yeah, that's truly what we all want to do.
Yeah. And got any other questions for me?
Let's see. I mean, how do you personally feel about the LATISM movement, if that's what you want to call it?
Yeah. Well, how do I feel about it? Actually, I guess I haven't really thought about that too much. Can you sit here and wait in silence for about 20 minutes while I think about that?
I can help, I suppose.
Okay. Well, no. Well, the way I feel about it is that it basically I can't get enough of it, for starters.
Right.
You know, basically, I just wish that, you know, I just hope that we don't become a hall of mirrors in a way, basically. You know, because you get that kind of sometimes, you know, when you're trying to find other people like you on social media and on the internet, you know. I just hope that we're always willing to take the time to basically second guess ourselves.
Right.
You know, that's one thing that I hope that we do. And because that way we know we're going to just keep growing, you know. And what I can't wait to see with the LATISM movement is when it finally just kind of seeps out there into the mainstream. You know, just when you see, like, I want to see like people like Mark Zuckerberg or somebody from Google just start or even on Mashable, you know, just say, hey, this LATISM movement is actually pretty big and important, you know?
Yeah, I think they've
Right.
started to, and that's definitely something I have to give a lot of credit to Eliana, is just that she's reached out to Mashable, and they were actually one of the sponsors for the Latino Dos conference that happened in the tech one in Silicon Valley. So that's really exciting to see the engagement from kind of that new media perspective. I think in Chicago we're stuck in a rut in the sense that nothing really happens here, we feel. So it's kind of difficult and exciting at the same time that it came here. Who knows, next year might be in Miami or Texas or somewhere. But at
More
the same
warm.
More warm. That's what
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
keeps
that's
complaining
keeps
about. We can't
yeah.
change the weather, but little bit at a time. I think we're Chicago's struggling and we're busting our butts, and we were just really thankful that the greater LATISM community, which is obviously a national movement and hopefully international soon, is following everybody.
Well, I
Very
hope
cool.
that we have more happening here in Chicago, to be honest, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
That it always seems like if you're not New York or LA, basically everything else in America is just Boringsville, which is why I hope we have more here in Chicago, basically, just so we could basically get attention to go, hey, everybody, we're out here,
Very cool.
Right.
Well, very cool. Thank you so much for
Yeah, thank
hanging
you,
out.
Jose.
And
Absolutely.
what's your Twitter handle? Jose Villalobos.
Yeah.
Perfect. And we'll be sure to follow you. Hopefully you can share out and yeah, be glad to talk to you guys about any kind of partnership that we can help out. So perfect.
Great.
You know
Also,
it.
one
you.
last question: what's your favorite subject to tweet on?
My favorite subject to tweet on. I guess if I had to pick one, Tom Waits.
Really?
Waits.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Interesting.
Uh-huh.
Neat.
A true Tom Waits fan. That's awesome.
Yes, I'm not alone.
I don't know who he is, so.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, thank you so
Awesome.
much
Cool,
for
neat,
coming.
man.
All right.
Anytime.
Take care.
Thanks for
Bye.
coming by.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you
Look at
again.
that. Painless.
Okay. So, and I don't think I can get out of here myself, actually. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably just recharge over at the Nintendo station. Here.
Very cool.
Well, thanks a lot, actually.
Yeah,
No, thank you
safe trip home.
for talking.
And is this going to be on?
Yeah, we'll
live
put it
as
up
we
as a
speak.
podcast on Gozamos.com.
It's live streaming right now.
Yeah,
but
we live stream right now.
It was live, and now you're going to be on the web.
Okay.
You'll be a celebrity, Jose.
That looks good.
It's all right. No one does.
Thanks, bye-bye. Who's Tom Waits?
Really?
Seriously?
He's like an indie artist
Oh.
from the 90s, 80s.
What do you sing?
Depressing music.
What's up?
Well, how do you spell his
Hi,
name?
this is Abe Vasquez. How are you today?
You, okay, no offense, but you do sound like a pretty terrible radio cheesy announcer guy. I don't know, man. I don't know if I like it. So many emails. Didn't post anything today. All over the place. At least Savi's article's up. I'm glad that got some good kick.
Yeah, thank you for.
That sound like a radio
No,
guy.
I'm glad. You don't sound like a radio guy?
No, man.
I don't know, man. I think you do.
You got that NPR or like that, like university radio, jazz
Go,
station.
Laurita, go.
Yeah, we got a lot of positive tweet stuff.
Oh my gosh, you guys talked to Laurita?
Yeah,
That's who.
That's what we were talking
NBC.
about, dude.
Yeah, that's who NBC was interviewing.
Oh, wow.
With Arsh.
Why was it? That's so funny. Yeah, I'm looking at the tweets right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Marcela.
Yeah. That's the one we met last night, right? Or-
Yeah.
Was that last night? That was the other day.
My back hurts.
You too?
Just standing for a while.
Get some massages.
I know, right? Well, there's another set of panels. If you want to
Oh,
go,
the
we'll take
4 o'clock?
over. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can make it the Claude and Abe show.
I forgot that there was another set of panels.
Yeah. They should be good. I don't know which ones are left, but.
I wanted to go to the Agents of Change.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Yeah.
That looked like it was going to be really awesome.
Yeah.
Chavez.
We spoke to him already.
I know you did.
Twice.
Like 3 times.
We're going to start sitting down the waiters. So this thing is delayed. Check it out. Look.
It's still live?
Yeah, but Abraham just left, and he left like 10 seconds ago. So there's 3 people watching. So, how do you sign into this thing so that I could talk to people?
I have no idea.
Oh, look, but they're not signed in anyway.
Wait, how many people are watching us right now? 3 viewers. Holy cow. So hi, you live with the drunk girl? Hello. I really need something to drink. Oh man. Is that coffee guy still distributing coffee? I see he has coffee. No, fucking stairs. What's that?
He always logs me out of Facebook, man. It's too much. Oh, internet. Oh, internet. Three viewers? Who in the world is looking at us anymore?
Well, it's really two.
Oh, okay, 2 viewers. This is one of them.
All right, I'm gonna go check out that panel.
Yeah. Which one is it?
Um, change agents. Cheryl Aguilar is speaking, one of the organizers from Dream Act. So I know a lot
Ooh,
of the
very
Dream Act
cool.
dreamers are going to be there too. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, awesome. Would Reina Wences?
I don't know if she's going to be there too. I
Yeah, I
assume.
saw her
Yeah.
name somewhere. Um, no, perfect. Go have fun. Yeah. Everyone's just checking out all the panels right now. That's why things are slowing down. So once the panels come out, they're probably going to kick us out because this is going to be the party room for the night. Did Reina come through? Reina. Oh, very cool. Very cool. You got our stuff? Oh, good. Yeah, I want to start developing out the podcast a lot more and actually like creating shows and stuff, and be cool to branch out Gozamos TV into its own site and domain and stuff. So
And this is a really nice setup. I really like this setup. I think it will respond to live streaming.
yeah, it's fun to. Yeah, and it's not a lot of money. That's the thing that's just like astonishing about this stuff. It's really cheap. So, because I had a couple different things, but this is what worked out the best, and it like records everything too, and it's just like. So there's a couple things that can be improved. Like there's two cameras. I like to get rid of one. Little things like that, but I think it's gonna work out pretty well. So cool. All right. You want to come hang out with me and talk? No, you're done with that. Talked. You're all talked out.
I was interviewed twice today.
Twice. What about the second time?
I don't know, random stuff.
Random
Going to the
shit.
bathroom.
It's pretty awesome. Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, we got a lot to live up to next month. I don't know if it'll be as good, but. Aww. There's three of them in total, so if he wants the first one, let me know.
Limited edition.
They are. There's only 2,500 of those all over the city. That's it. Perfect. Yeah, we dropped.
I was telling him that we use these as painting. That's
Uh-huh. Yeah. So those things are called Fabi cards. There's Fabi. So they're more commonly used for that, for the Twitter and Facebook ones, or for iPhone applications, because people just put the icon on here and then like a thing to go and get them. So a company out of Ohio called Jack Prince did these, and 5,000 was like 350, not even. Yeah. Oh, really? Which what? Nevinston? Oh, I see.
So we bought the platform for Rogers Park, and we're launching it next month. So right now we're like meeting the people,
Cool.
and it would be cool if we could make this. And I think it's on our budget
Yeah.
to buy it. What do you think? Is it over 700 or something?
Yeah,
For
they're.
how many?
I got like 5,000. Obviously, the more you get, the cheaper they get.
Sorry, what was the name of the company?
Jack Prince. Um, JAKPrince.com, I think.
One more time, how many did you put?
5,000.
So then what? You put the logo on the front and then the info on the back.
That's what I did, yeah. You can do whatever you want with them. It's just a format. But they have like pre-done ones where you can just put your stuff. But yeah, I really like the... Because that's what we use, and our app is the same icon too, so we're doing all that stuff.
So you use the same image on your website.
Yeah, for the Facebook and Twitter. So it's that's where most people recognize it from.
When are you guys gonna have an app?
So it's like
Soy Claudio Alberto, mucho gusto.
it's like 80% done. The majority of the articles, things are done. But I really hated the way that the events were, and because that's such a popular thing for the app, there's no easy solution for it. So I'm working with a developer to try to redo it and clean it up. But everything else is like the content-wise can be released. I just wouldn't want to release it without the event stuff. That's the main reason. Yes, that's the main reason that people check it, because I want people to be like, what can I do tomorrow or tonight, and the info's right there.
Sobre
Because that's, I think, the biggest driver to the site. So the site's mobile optimized, but at the same time, I wanted to really have that component to it. So we'll see. It'll be good though.
¿De qué blog?
Yeah, but it's gonna.
Yeah.
There's a framework that I use and built on top of to do the majority of the stuff. But it's just
¿Qué parte?
So I'm gonna
de
have to pay
tecnología?
somebody. It's not too much. Though,
Bueno,
a couple
me
thousand.
concentro en
It's worth it for that.
videojuegos.
And if we charge for it, I don't care. I'll charge $2
¿Qué
for it.
piensas de
I think
ese
anybody
nuevo
that's
Gears
gonna
of
like
Gears
us
of War?
enough to like go get it, it's cool enough to pay $2.
¿Cuál gustarías más?
¿Cuál de los first person shooters o?
En general, su videojuego favorito.
Ay, ahorita no sé, porque me enteré hoy día que hay quien le
So
dio
I've been thinking about
10,
that
un
for.
score perfecto a Legend
Yeah,
of
we
Zelda
kind of want to do a
Skyward
print, but we
Sword.
kind of don't.
Yeah?
Maybe
Sí,
that.
yo
I
vengo
don't know.
jugando Zelda desde
I want to be
chiquito.
very.
Yo también actualmente.
When we like ask for money,
es un,
it's gonna be like
es un
like
juego
one thing I've been thinking
chidísimo.
about is maybe like a $35.
No he jugado videojuegos
yearly
en un par de
donation
años
to
porque
PayPal.
los nuevos
Auto.
no puedo ver
Because
sin
35
ponerme
at
como
35 bucks, if
enfermo.
1,000 people.
Yeah, it makes me nauseous, you know. It's just
That
yeah.
like
Does it happen
doubles
con un
our
tipo específico
current
de juegos
spending. Like that
o?
just
Solo los de
from the
alta
upfront,
gráfica,
so I
you
wanna be
know.
very
Like
particular
anything
about,
after
like-
N64 I can't play. It's just like too realistic and
That's what I mean. Yeah, so it's like a WPZ membership, and they get like a tote bag and like a coffee mug.
Cuando no estoy jugando
Okay,
con mi
so then now
consola,
you
me
take off
pongo a
the
jugar
$4 that it
Mafia
costs
Wars.
me.
Ah, ¿sí?
So it's really the right formula, but I wonder what would people pay for.
Right. ¿Y qué haces profesionalmente? ¿Eres un videojugador profesional o?
Bueno,
That's huge.
quizás me digan
And we
que
could make it
peleador.
so that like.
No, pero llevo juegos desde la época de Pac.
Oh, wow.
He's up north, I think. I don't know.
¿Cómo se dice? A un arcade,
Yeah,
como le
we could
decían,
do
¿no?
that. We could
Yeah,
do something cool.
yeah.
Entonces, nos llevó a mí, a mi hermano menor y creo que también a mi mamá.
Yeah.
Y desde
Yeah,
entonces me
there's
gustaron
always
los
a code
videojuegos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
¿Y qué piensas
So
de la
that's
era
really the
de-
biggest thing is how do we do these
arcade?
partners? 'Cause
¿Piensas que va a revolver
in doing
o va-
these things,
va a regresar un nuevo
some
nuevo
businesses
modo?
are super cool about them, some are not. So I want to find the super cool ones, put stickers on it, and be like, you can always get this calendar here. Like Café Colau and like Jumping Bean are like, those things go like hotcakes. Simone's will often
Yeah.
put a good 200 of those, and they'll be gone. But certain cafes, certain bars
Sí.
will come back and like, there's still like 2 or 3 left at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Which is good, that's fine, that's what the numbers are, but yeah, that's the biggest thing that's challenging, like making sure these guys are, because they're, you know, we put time and money into them.
Yeah.
Que creo que fue hackeado hace poco.
Oh, sí?
Y como parecido a lo que le había pasado a
A Sony,
Yep.
¿verdad? Yeah.
Sí, o sea que parece que alguien tuvo un acceso ilegal a la información de...
Yeah.
All of it's live.
Why?
Ah.
Are you serious? Who said they can see you?
Oye, broma, aquí
That
tenemos
is too
Alberto
funny.
del
Here,
chat.
let's
A ver si mueves por acá, vamos. Cámbiate de silla,
Goodbye,
vamos.
Mr. Chavez. Thank you.
Get out of here. I'm done with you. You can come back in the shot and grab your coffee, you know.
Ujú, sí.
Alberto, what's your Twitter handle?
El Mundo Tech.
Ah.
El Mundo Tech.
Ajá.
So that is your
Medio
blog.
tocayo.
Ajá. Ese es mi personal blog.
Wow, we have to talk. We're here with a celebrity.
Yeah.
Well, I won yesterday.
The winner of the LATISM Tech Blogger Award. Who else was on there? There's a girl gamer.
Yeah, I remember La Chica Gamer. And who else? Geeks. What was the other one? I don't remember the whole name, but Geek something.
The point is you won.
Yeah. Yeah, because at the beginning I thought that either La Chica Gamer was gonna win or Geeks Room. Yeah, now that I remember, because that one has like 17 people blogging.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and La Chica Gamer was on. Someone talked about like the best blogs in Puerto Rico, and she was named on. Yeah, it came out on Noticias Univision.
Yeah, I think that's what's, like,
to Puerto Rico.
to be honest, we missed even like the nominations, and I don't know
Mhm.
if Gozamos would have qualified because we are like,
A website.
well, we wouldn't say that we're a lot of our contributors are bloggers, right? But we
Mhm.
don't treat their publishing as a blog, right? We really want it to
Mhm.
be edited, like go through that entire process. So maybe
Ah.
talk to us about how you particularly got started in
Blogging or gaming or.
in everything new media.
Let's see. I remember like back in 2006, I was looking for something to do because I remember back then I saw there was no one writing in Spanish about technology.
Oh,
That was
okay.
kind of like bugging me.
Right.
And back then I was thinking about teaching. Okay, maybe I could do something with teaching.
Mhm.
Well, I got to teach web design for a bit, and then I was put into Spanish. But it did learn lots of things while I was working in the education field. Like I work with students with disabilities, for
Mm.
example, and I noticed that the main subject is video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of like happens kind of like in every teenager, in every en los muchachos.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hold up, let me make sure that this thing's on.
Oh.
Oye. ¿Cuál es su Twitter otra vez?
So yeah, I started writing.
El micrófono.
Just pull it up so that, yeah, there we go.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
There we go.
So I started writing for La Prensa back in 2006, February.
Okay.
My first article was about a review of Okami. So
Oh,
it was
cool.
about a game about Japanese culture.
Uh-huh.
So I was thinking, I hope the editor gets to like it.
Mhm. Right,
Because that's a very unusual article to write for any Spanish language newspaper.
Okay. So wait,
So-
La Prensa...
Orlando.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Mhm.
know. Okay.
Yeah, that also belongs to Impremedia.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Very cool. So you quickly started writing columns, and what really drove you to having your own blog? Was it just the lack of?
Yeah, well, the blog well, that was different because
Okay.
the La Prensa was published like weekly, like
Mhm.
once a week. But I wanted to do more, so
Mhm.
that led me into opening my own blog.
Did you get a lot of response in the column?
In the column, no. Well, I only got like a couple of people that wanted me to help them like opening up a new website.
Oh,
or,
cool.
That kind of thing, but I really wanted to do more back then.
Mhm.
So I decided on opening up the blog, and I remember since I believe August 16, I started publishing at least one blog post every day.
Oh wow, that's intense.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So wait, what day did you start it?
What day?
Uh-huh.
I forgot. I think it was like August. No, I started on late July.
Uh-huh.
But publishing every day since like 3 weeks after that.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what do you think really drove home this idea of the recognition from LATISM? Was it just your involvement in the community? Is it obviously the quality of your work? How do you think you really it really spoke to them?
Mm. Well, let's see. Because every day I do check like who gets to read or how many people gets to read my blog because
Mhm.
I'm kind of like getting into social media and that actually helps me a lot into
Mhm.
getting more readers, viewers.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I posting on Facebook, I posting on Twitter, and maybe like, and not just once a day, but maybe like 3 or 4 times a day. So that really counts on getting a bigger audience.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Totally. Yeah. What kind of audience and what kind of traffic are you looking at right now?
Let's see. I'm looking at both, most the general audience for, of course, general technology,
Mhm.
and of course gamers,
Mhm.
for especially
What
for
what
my blog posts.
what games in particular are you big on?
Uh, well, because I do that with Nintendo games.
Ah, you do a lot of Nintendo. Okay.
Yeah, but of course I do love also some PlayStation games like what Ratchet and Clank,
Mm.
other games like Konami Metal Gear Solid.
Oh wow.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great one,
Yeah.
actually.
What else? I used to play lots of Mega Man. So that's
It's a great one. No, no, insane.
what else? Super Smash Brothers Bros.
Very cool.
Seeing Mario do
Mhm.
something like a sure you can.
Very cool. So what other kind of stuff in terms of technology? How do you said you make websites, you also taught. Talk to me about that. How'd you get
Well,
in?
I used to do websites, but that was like early, but like in the 90s
Mm.
when I was still in college
Good old
and kind of like when I discovered the internet. Well, actually, my older brother, Mitchell, he was working for Citicorp, I believe, in
Mhm.
Tampa, Florida. And he took me to his job the same year that I arrived here in '87.
Mhm.
And I saw some computers, I saw some text. I don't know how he got the text and entering some information. What was it, like FTP or I forgot what. Yeah, but I used to see information. It's kind of like browsing the internet, like
Mhm.
before graphical browsers.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Uh-huh.
Very
So
cool.
yeah, I knew what I knew. I learned that year what a modem was.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So, what has been one of the biggest things that you've taken away from the conference, whether that's from a panel or from the talks?
Meeting lots of people
Uh-huh.
because I was thinking years ago there are not many people on Hispanics online, Hispanic whom I can talk to online.
Okay.
And when I found out about LATISM, that kind of like, oh wow, there is really a community about Hispanics who blog every day or that do like for example, if I want to recommend someone who blogs, if I want to recommend my sister about uh, someone who knows about food, for example, comida, si quiere aprender de eso, entonces le puede recomendar un blogger.
Mm.
Sí.
And so I had not seen that in the Hispanic community before.
Right.
Just in terms of the connections and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
And then how long has it been since you connected with Latism?
With Latism, I found out about Latism kind of like back in late February or late March of this
Okay.
year.
Oh wow. It seems to be the case actually. A lot of people are just recent to the fold,
Mhm.
so to speak, which is just kind of I guess it speaks volumes about
Well, how
the reach. Yeah.
how quickly it's grown. That's
Yeah,
really the
absolutely.
biggest thing. I think we ran an interview with Elian. I want to say,
Oh, Elian.
yeah. It's in our Gozamos TV section, but it's probably over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I first started just randomly seeing the hashtag. I was like, who are this?
Mhm.
And then, of course, you only see Elian tweeting it half the time. So I
Yeah.
quickly reached out to her. We did a Skype interview with her and really got to find out a lot
Mhm.
more about it. And then after that, we said, how do we get this into the city? How do we do this, right? So,
Uh-huh.
so what city are you based out of again?
Orlando, Florida.
Okay, so are you involved with the chapter locally as well from the South Florida
yeah,
chapter?
yeah. For example, Elian, she's the director,
Mhm.
and I'm the co-director.
Mm. Very cool.
Yeah, and I think I think it began like a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Very cool. Have you guys started to do some tweet ups just recently? Or are you going to?
No, we are going to.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are some of the other plans in terms of just getting?
We still have to debate about it, but for example, I know that Elian, she wants to do something about what was it? Spina bifida, I think.
Mhm.
And I remember I went to a park in Orlando, or actually Winter Park, which
Mhm.
is next to Orlando, and it was an spina bifida event. And I went there. It was raining also that morning, but
Mhm.
but the good thing is that no one left the band. Many people were coming in.
Very
Many
cool.
people were willing to help,
Yeah.
willing to be there. Hmm.
Um, I guess, any particular favorite moment? I mean, what were some of the people that you maybe got a chance to meet that you've always had great conversation with, but just recently started engaging with?
Let's see. Because of LATISM, I found out, for example, who was it? Javier. Javier, he's from Peru. From
Mhm.
yeah, so we
Oh,
were
you're from Peru too?
yeah,
Okay, wonderful. ¿De parte de Lima?
sí.
Oh, qué bien.
So we were talking about like for example, the beer from Peru, Pilsen Callao. When are we gonna have some ceviche?
Is there a big Peruvian population in Orlando, or?
No,
Really?
no, in Orlando, no. It's seldom. Seldom times I find someone from my country in Orlando. I may find, okay, Puerto Ricans, yeah, Dominicans, yeah, Colombians, a few, but other people from Peru, no. Oh, I forgot. There's people from Brazil in one section of Orlando.
Oh, cool.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a good friend lives in Miami, but she's from Peru as well. So I've slowly learned to learn a little bit. And my girlfriend is from Ecuador too, so slowly starting to learn more about the culture.
Yeah, and the
and
South
the
American.
differences, because I'm from Mexico City, so the subtle
Uh-huh.
differences that are there. But that's very, very cool. A Peruvian gamer, I like it.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that this is officially a Twitter party.
I know. So there's been a funky little bird running around.
He's a little,
my guess is
sparrow.
just trapped in here, but it's so cute. It's actually running around.
I think that's the same bird I saw yesterday at the conference room.
Yeah.
He's just poor pobrecito, trying to get some bread or something going on.
And I think that bird left something that no one wanted to.
Oh no!
I think so.
That's so funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're slowly, man, we're just gaining a bunch of Twitter followers right now. It's actually really exciting to see everybody that's been adding us. So many people that, I haven't really gotten a chance to engage with, and we've slowly started to get to know and learn, so that's been really cool. Any specific panels that you checked out? Were you in one of the panels, or?
No, I was helping yesterday doing the live tweeting.
Oh, perfect.
On two of the panels, community ones, the first two, yeah, in the morning, and then of course I did WordPress yesterday and and WordPress today.
So you did the WordPress 101 one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. Anybody in just really basic level in terms of what kind of stuff were you
yeah,
really going
and
over?
when it comes to doing something basic, sometimes it takes a bit for people to understand the basics, but yeah, I did it right now. I did it in like 27 minutes, so before the 4 o'clock one.
Yeah.
But yesterday the one I did lasted like an hour or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it was at the conference room, so there was nobody else.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's neat.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We can't wait to see some of your new blog posts and stuff like that. Any games you're anticipating or waiting for?
Well, I really want to play Twilight. I mean, not Twilight, Skyward Sword.
Skyward, okay.
Getting confused.
No. What platform is that for? Is that
Wii.
That's the Wii. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I'm just assuming you get a chance to talk to the Nintendo guys here.
Oh, I did it this morning. Was it second floor at the Intercontinental? Yeah, I was the only guy and 7 girls. But of course, I was the gamer. Yeah, talking about my family, I think we're third generation gamers now.
Oh wow! Oh, that's a lot of fun. That's awesome. Great. Well, very cool. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and stopping by.
Sure.
We'll see you later tonight at the parties.
I'm leaving now.
You're flying already?
I wanted to come here before going to the airport.
Oh wow! Thank you so much for stopping. Yeah, that's very cool.
You
Everybody's
take,
leaving so early.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
un
gracias.
botón,
Some buttons and tons of stuff. Mario, I love it.
Llévalo que quieras.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Take care.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Bye. Cuidado.
Buena suerte.
Gracias, y a ti.
Everybody's leaving.
Yeah.
Pretty early.
in my heart. You're really in my skin. So, let's look at just you and I again. Hate you, hate you. Oh, we still have viewers. Wow. So, tell me about yourselves. All that good stuff. Alright, so here it is again, the Claudio show. Yeah, so I'm surfing the web. It's kind of fun. I'm seeing nothing worth... Oh, there we go. Sweet. So, anyone ask me anything. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, go ahead and tweet me at C squared SEESQUAIRED if at all you're interested in having a chat. Any questions, any comments, love to hear them. We'll be here for a while, I suppose. So, yeah. We had music earlier. I'm not exactly quite sure what happened to it. However, let me see what we can do here. Let's see. Up, iTunes. What? Alright. Now we're back to this. Let's see. There's not very much good music here, guys. I'm sorry to say. I mean, it's good music, but...
bailando, bailando y sentadeando, sentar y bailoteando, sentar y baileteando, sentar y bail sentando, sentar y baile y sentadeando, sentí moviendo, moviendo y sentadeando. Sentí rimeando, Mari sentadeando, sentar y ritmoteando, Mari bailoteando, y baile y sentadeando, sentí gritando, wow, sentar y sentadeando, sentar y gritoteando, sentar y alariando, alari sentadeando, sentar y expresando, sentar y desahogando, express y sentadeando, express y bailoteando, express y sentir y bailoteando, sentir y loqueando, loquear y sentadeando, sentar y loqueteando, sentar y a lo bailando, ahora sí sentadeando, sentir rimeando, y mal y sentadeando, sentar y ritmoteando. Sentí bailando.
Yo siendo el jefe de esta tribu, como últimamente está pasando tanta queja con tribus contrarias, yo he reunido a todos los caciques, habidos y por haber, para que hagamos las paces. Como nuestra tradición es fumar, todo aquel cacique que no pudo venir a la conferencia, favor de sacar su pipa y fumar con nosotros la pipa de la paz, y a bailar la danza bugalú, que dice así.
Suppose you should bring the mix down, huh? Maybe. I don't know. Can't promise anything.